What do you just not use anything?
I just used to not use anything, but now I
Yeah.
use wool balls because for reasons that I don't even know. I was influenced to buy wool balls for reasons that I don't understand. Hello and welcome back to The Well-Being. My name is Madison,
My name is Rachel.
and today we are talking about laundry room swaps. And there are a lot of things that go in your laundry room. I don't use some of these things, so I had to make ChatGPT make me a list of like things you would find in a laundry room, and then it was like washing machine, dryer, and I was like, okay, we've gone too far.
Okay, we know those ones. I agree. I feel like when we moved into our house, we actually remodeled it to put another shower in that cut into the laundry space and then just stacked them. And that is how much I care about having a laundry room. I tried to decrease the space of it. So,
Honestly, having a laundry room is important so you can do laundry, but I do not have a room for laundry. I have literally my washing machine is in my island, but it's not European. My dryer is in the garage.
what would European be
The washer dryer combo in the kitchen is
in the
very
kitchen?
European. And everyone says, like, oh, you're just so European. No, we would just have to move the whole sewer lateral elsewhere in order to get that. So, we don't have that.
It's very cute though. Like your kitchen
It's
is
neon red too.
super cute, especially with the washing machine. I just think it's really cute in there. Like I love it. It's like a really cute little
Thank you. It's because it's so
flavor
European. You're like,
addition.
wow,
Wow, she's fancy.
she's fancy. She's so European.
She's
Exactly.
ahead of the
That's what
times. Okay,
that's
so
what
we
they
have our
say.
washers and we have our dryers. And then
So,
we have all of the things that we use to make our clothes clean, right?
correct.
Yeah.
And
Soaps,
yeah,
dryer sheets, fabric
that
softeners,
stain remover.
stain remover. Those are our big ones.
Those are the big ones. Yeah,
Okay,
those are the ones that I I did research on.
cool.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it. So I know we've talked a little bit about, like, not touched, we've talked in depth about cleaning products
Mm-hmm.
and touched, I think, on laundry soap.
Yes.
But I think that's a good place to start because almost everybody uses laundry soap.
Yes, pretty much everyone. Even if you're hand washing stuff, which a lot of people do hand washing with the laundress, which is like literally one of the worst ones.
I
And I was
don't
like,
even,
are we kidding right now?
how come I've never heard of that? Maybe I have.
Um, I have only heard of it because one of our mutual friends had like listened to a laundry book where she learned like how to properly do laundry, which is honestly amazing. Apparently, you can spray
What?
vodka in the armpits of your sweaters and you like never have to wash them. They won't smell.
Have you tried this?
No, I haven't, but I need to get it's like real you're supposed to buy like the worst vodka at the store, like plastic bottle.
Like Taka
Yeah, like
or
really
White
bad.
Eagle. I
Yeah, like
know this because we
we
used
used to
to serve a
bartend.
lot of people this
Blech.
that you
Yeah,
spray into armpits.
that's the well. Yeah, so you spray like into the armpit of your sweater apparently. There's like she has a whole document. I bet
Wow.
you can guess who this is and you can text her for it.
Okay.
Um she is my favorite person. Anyway, you know who it is. I feel as though 99% of people,
Oh,
myself
now I know who it
included,
is.
yeah,
Now I know who it
are
is.
are not doing this to
I
their,
was like racking my brain, like, who is it? But yeah, this is
you
very
know,
obvious.
it's
Yes.
very obvious. Yeah,
Yes.
okay.
We definitely know. Yeah.
She's the only person I know who would do this, which is why I think she's the funniest person on this planet. I
She is
tell her
great.
that every day.
Yes. We should have her come on and talk about like anything,
Literally how to do
literally
laundry.
anything. And she would be so fun to listen to for sure.
She's so funny. She kills me. Okay, anyways. So,
Okay.
brands that I have found that are
Yeah.
the ones that I hear of the most slash see at Target, Albertsons,
Mhm.
Walmart,
Mhm.
whatever, are that you should not use
Yes.
are Kirkland, The Laundress, Tide, all, even if it's free and clear, Purex, Parents' Choice, Ajax, Just the Basics, 365 Whole Foods brand. Pretty much all of them. There's one you could use that I found on EWG, but literally
What?
Whole Foods brand, up
Whole
and up,
Foods?
OxyClean, and did I already say Arm& and Hammer?
I don't think so, but
But pretty much every single one that you see in the store is
yes.
really bad for you.
Okay. I
Problematic
do
ingredients.
I do have a quick little
Yes,
interject
please
that
tell
I
me your
saw. This is
interject.
just an update I saw on social media the
Mm-hmm.
other day, but
Mm-hmm.
Branch Basics is coming to Target.
Oh, I did see that.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people have a lot of problems with Target to the point where my mom was like, you need to stop posting about Target because of like the DEI stuff and whatever. And I get it. But where I live, the only place that I can possibly get things, like the only place that reason that is pretty much tolerable to live in Jackson Hole is because we have a Target. Like
Mm.
you can't get literally anything in
And
Jackson.
Amazon or like,
Amazon takes 10 days, which is
yeah,
also
it takes a
problematic
long
for
time.
other
Yeah.
reasons. But like we don't have big stores. So
Yeah.
this is the reason that I go to Target all the time. Um, my point being that I think still most people are still shopping at Target whether they like it or not because it is so hard to not go there.
Yeah. And it's one of those things where it's like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
if I'm going to make realistically, if I'm going to make one trip out to be able to get everything from the store
Mm-hmm.
with the way that the world is and how busy and all the
Mm-hmm.
external pressures that are put
Yeah.
on you to work so many hours a day, keep your house clean,
Mm-hmm.
like if you have a family and kids,
Yeah.
like on top of that. So I get it. Like Target
I get it.
is,
I
yeah,
get it.
but I
I'm
get
here
both
with you.
sides.
I get both sides. It's a thing. I hear you.
It is
That being
nice to
said,
maybe have a clean option in available so that
I
you don't
think
have to
it's a
order
great
it.
option. And I also support that like one truck is bringing it there versus like I every single person needs a separate truck to get their Branch Basics or their whatever product. So I do again, I'm a fan of buying things in the store. That's just me though. Um that all to say, I love Branch Basics and everything they make. I think that the two of us have been very clear about them
Yeah,
on
I
this
do too.
podcast. Like
Yeah.
it's still I've used a million of these products at this point, I feel like, and it's still my favorite product.
I
Um,
think I agree. Like Branch
yeah.
Basics is my favorite laundry
Mm-hmm.
so far and all around cleaner,
Mm-hmm.
but I do love Attitude dish soap. That is my
Oh, interesting.
favorite
The
dish soap.
detergent or the dish like dish.
Dish soap.
Oh.
Like I hand wash
Mm-hmm.
quite a bit. Obviously,
Yeah.
like we have all the non-toxic pans, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we like hand wash all
Yeah,
of that and
yeah,
like
yeah,
all the things, the
yeah.
plastic covers, which
Mm-hmm.
actually I just bought silicone Tupperware covers, like
Oh,
100% food grade silicone non-toxic ones that just like
fun.
slide over your
Mm-hmm.
Tupperware instead of the plastic
Yeah.
ones.
Do you like them?
Just yeah, I do. I do really
Okay,
like them.
that's good to know.
Yeah, but I hand wash those.
Yeah, that
So,
makes sense.
yeah.
Anyways, I
Anyways,
bought beeswax food wraps. I'm still trialing them. I will let you know
cute.
if I like them.
How do you wash those? Do you
I
wash them?
spray them with Branch Basics.
Okay.
That's what
Yes,
it
keep
says. You can just
me.
like hand wash them.
That
Anyways,
sounds
I will keep you.
super crunchy.
I will keep you
And
apprised
I
when
love
they're at
it
Whole Foods.
so much.
Um.
Okay,
Anyway,
cool.
back to laundry.
Yes.
Um. I just saw this text in the middle of all of our texts about this. It says, "Sorry, tugboat pressed enter. I am not done." He did. He stepped on my computer. So the problematic ingredients in laundry detergent, because there are many,
Mhm.
um, is always going to be fragrance. Like that's the one that's across the board a problem. It contains phthalates, it contains preservatives and colors and colorants and just all of the things. Like honestly, it's a problem. Period. Anything with that says fragrance on the back or parfum is always going to be a problem, and I will never shut up about it.
Yeah.
So that's number one.
Yes.
The next thing is that there are many ingredients that say ethoxylate. My God, or
Ethoxylate.
ethoxylated or oh my, you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Alcohol, that word.
Yeah.
And all of those, including some other ones that I will list, create 1,4-dioxane
Yes.
slash ethylene oxide, which Rachel will explain to us. But the other ones that I saw a lot were laureth sulfate, benzisothiazolinone, and polyethylene glycol. Wow, these words are hard.
They are so hard.
Hmm.
Okay.
Anyways,
So basically, there is a process, a chemical process called
Mm-hmm.
ethoxylation.
Mm-hmm.
And this is used a lot of times to make detergent. So a lot of
Okay.
the detergents that Maddie mentioned that we probably want to stay away from in the stores, because they always produce a byproduct called 1,4-dioxane. And
Mm-hmm.
this is a carcinogenic contaminant. And
Mm-hmm.
obviously, there's different amounts in different cleaning products depending on their standards and what they choose.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, again, like there's some that have a very high amount that are like, wow, that like
Mm-hmm.
feels like probably too much. There's some that have really, really small amounts, and then there's some that
Mm-hmm.
have none at all.
Yeah.
So because 1,4-dioxane is a byproduct and not an
Mm-hmm.
ingredient, a lot of times it will not be listed if companies even choose to disclose their ingredients.
Hmm.
So that's why you have to look for like the ethoxylation
That
chemical
makes sense.
process.
And they
Mm-hmm.
also they don't have to disclose things that are made during the chemical process. Does that make sense?
Like the byproducts.
Yeah. So I think that because it's a byproduct, they don't have to put it on there,
Correct.
but it
Yep.
is toxic.
Yes. Yeah. And there's like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at this one site and like they show like Tide has like 14 parts per million, and Ivory Snow,
Mm-hmm.
Gentle Care, and Gain both have like 10 to 11 parts per million,
Mm-hmm.
which is quite a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just something to keep in mind, that that is the process that is creating a carcinogenic
Yeah.
ingredient that we are putting onto our
Mm-hmm.
clean clothes or our dirty clothes, I guess, to make them clean, and then
Mm-hmm.
wearing all day.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's a problem. So,
Yes.
um, that is, I mean, there are, we will give you other options, but at the end of the day, you pretty much don't want to use anything with any of these. And whether it is malonyl sulfate or benzyl, whatever, they are all making the same chemical.
Yes.
And it's
And
equally problematic.
are there any studies that look directly at using this one laundry detergent and the effects on like a large group of people over time? Not necessarily,
Mm-hmm.
but we know like studies say that build up of all of these different ingredients, which we've talked about
Mm-hmm.
before, not just laundry, but what you're using in the kitchen and what you're putting on your body and what your makeup products are. And like all of these things can
Mm-hmm.
add up to be causing all of these other inflammatory issues and just like issues going on in your body where you're just not feeling well. So our
Yeah.
point isn't like cut out every bad ingredient ever, but if you can
Uh-huh.
limit them where you can and
Yeah.
make educated decisions about,
Mm-hmm.
especially easy ones like, oh, let's just swap out our soap.
Mm-hmm.
Boom, easy.
Boom.
Then
No
that is
problem.
all cut out with your laundry. Like it's just, I think it's just helpful to pick and choose, obviously, but these are so easy to just swap.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's my
100%.
that's my soapbox.
I totally and completely agree.
Yes,
Um,
my laundry soapbox.
laundry soap box. Um, so many detergents are also toxic to aquatic environments, and we know we need to protect like our lakes, oceans, rivers, creeks, whatever kind of body of water you
Turtles.
use to save the turtles. It's not just straws, team. So that is definitely an important thing, and basically all of this runoff goes into things.
Yes.
So, that is mostly what we want to avoid as well. And so please every think about every time you do laundry, not only are you likely washing things with polyester in them, but you are also washing out all of these other chemicals somewhere. And sure, some of them will be processed through like sewage and whatever, but not all of them will. And so then it's coming back, we're drinking it. Like there's a million and one problems with this.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
um,
It doesn't just stop at your laundry. It just like
yeah,
keeps going into the environment.
exactly.
And side note, did you know that there is reef safe sunscreen?
Yes. I
Okay.
only ever use it.
I didn't know, but I
That's
think
okay.
the stuff that we have, or we're buying it for, we're going on
Mm-hmm.
vacation to Hawaii next week, and we
Mm-hmm.
bought some for the
Good.
turtles
You must. That's
and the
so
reef.
good.
I know.
That's so good.
Yay.
Yeah, the reef, if you go to like Belize or Costa Rica or whatever and you go scuba diving or you go snorkeling, like they will not let you put
Unless you
chemical
have,
sunscreen on, basically.
yeah, that's kind of terrifying that
Hmm.
it is that toxic.
Yeah, a
Like that
hundred
scares
percent. I mean, the reefs are already like in so much trouble already. It's really
me.
sad.
Yeah,
So,
it is.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Should we move on
Yes.
to fabric softener?
Yes. So the brands, if you've heard of it, pretty much you shouldn't use it. Downy, Gain, Up and Up, Mrs. Myers, pretty much all of the ones. These have PEGs in them, which we generally want to avoid. Anything that's a PEG, it looks like PEG, but it's all caps PEG. With like again with the 1,4-dioxane or dioxide,
Dioxane.
and ethylene oxide as well.
Hmm.
There is not a single fabric softener that is EWG verified, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Um, but there are two that get A levels, which is fine enough for me if I use
Yeah.
fabric
Yeah.
softener. However, the best fabric softener I've ever used is vinegar.
What, like, I've never used fabric softener. What am I missing out?
Um, I'm gonna find out why vinegar works for fabric softener. I don't know. Oh, it removes basically washing them with vinegar removes fabric softener buildup, which ultimately is also a problem. It's kind of funny because like we're like putting people put fabric softener on and then it like builds up on their fabric.
So then it's not soft anymore.
Not, it's kind of stiffer.
And so then you have to get it off.
Start
I'm
over.
so confused.
Have to
This
start
feels
over.
like an
But
unnecessary
it
thing to
is
use.
unnecessary. People have just been convinced that they need it, but it's
If
actually kind of gross.
if you use this regularly and I am not understanding what's going on with this like
Yeah, please send us a
product, like
text or a
please
DM.
let us know what's going
Yeah,
on and why
please.
people buy this because I'm very confused.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I am also, I don't understand fabric softener, but it's one
Yeah.
of those things that just like people were convinced they need by America, I think. But vinegar is a natural deodorizer, so it's awesome for workout clothes, and so is the Branch Basics Oxy powder. I am such a fan.
Yes, same.
I like wash everything with literally every load of laundry.
Yep. Yeah, I love that.
Um, and then vinegar also helps reduce static cling. When we used to live in the condo, we rented out we rented out full time now, but we used to rent it out just part time. And we rented out part time. Um, the One of the issues was that sometimes our linens would get mixed up because we just had like white linens in there, so like they would accidentally take ours or whatever, and they're crappy like rental linens, so
Right.
they're not as
Yeah.
soft. So I'd wash those in vinegar, and it would like make them way softer.
Huh.
Hmm.
Like just a cup of vinegar. Is that way too
Just like a
much?
no, you just put like a tablespoon or two.
Okay. A
Yeah,
cup
like a
is
little bit. A
absurd.
cup
Okay.
is
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
It's too
Let's
much.
take that. Cut that. Cut that.
I'm leaving that
Tablespoon.
in. Yeah.
Okay, well that's good to know. I do like I use Branch Basics because it's just so easy, but
Hmm.
I definitely like next time I buy new laundry detergent, I'll branch out and try branch. Oh my gosh.
Um,
Branch out and try something else and just see. But we have like chairs. This is a terrible idea. Maddie and I both have this situation in our homes where we have white rugs and
oh
white
my God.
chairs slash you have a couch that's
My
light
white
colored
rug is a nightmare.
and we have two dogs that come inside from an outside that has dirt and mud and it so basically our chairs I wash with the Branch Basics and the OxyClean and
Hmm.
they always like come out super super clean but I can take the covers off
Oh,
very easy.
I we ended up just putting covers on our couch
Oh, that was smart.
for mud season.
Yes. Yes.
I'm just not even.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
um Okay. So fabric softeners, not sure really
Yeah.
why we buy this, but if you do switch
Hmm.
to drops, attitude, seventh generation.
Drops, attitude, seventh generation. Yeah, those are options
Perfect.
if you must, or just use vinegar.
Or just, yeah, not a
Honestly,
cup
if
though,
you
like a
need,
tablespoon, guys.
just
That would
put
be
it.
dumb.
There's like a spot for there's a spot for fabric softener in your
In the
thing in
washer.
the washer. So
Yeah.
you just need to put however much fabric
Please.
softener you would
Let
put
me
in it.
see. Okay. Cool.
Um.
This is
Anyway,
something everybody, I think, uses is dryer sheets.
I don't. I never
But
used a
like,
dryer sheet in my life.
you've never used a dryer
Mm-mm.
sheet?
No,
What do you have you do you just not use anything?
I just used to not use anything, but now I
Yeah.
use wool balls because for reasons that I don't even know, I was influenced to buy wool balls for reasons that I don't understand.
Wait, is so since we started doing like the podcast and well-being and I started learning, we
Uh-huh.
just stopped using dryer sheets. Like we don't own them anymore.
What are they for?
I don't know. What does a wool
What
ball
are
do
they?
too? Like I'm very confused. Like, do I need to buy this? Like, is it
Yeah.
helpful? Let me see.
I literally don't. My friend says she buys them to reduce the amount of dog hair
Okay.
in the thing. Like,
It says they improve airflow, reduce drying time, reduce wrinkles and static, softens fabric
oh,
because the balls agitate the fibers, leading to a softer feel in the clothes without the need for fabric softener. And
yeah,
then obviously they're environmentally friendly and an
yes.
alternative to chemical softeners. So maybe they just make things dry.
Okay, but they're not
They
environmentally friendly, and also they
get
are
in
not a
there.
good alternative.
They are
But
not a ball,
no, a ball is.
a wool ball. This is a wool ball.
Yeah. Okay, 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 okay,
All of
okay.
that is a wool ball. Yeah, sorry.
Okay. I
Uh,
I guess it does help reduce static a little bit.
who invented this stuff? Like, how did they get everybody
I
to
that I
buy
didn't
them in
look
the whole
into.
world? You
I
know?
didn't look into that. But I
Okay.
did look into why we should avoid using dryer sheets because I heard this thing that like people who use dryer sheets, if you then try to run like your lint guard situation underneath water, it it almost like doesn't get wet because it's covered in so much plastic.
Ugh.
And I cannot
Bah.
test this. I don't know if this is true. I couldn't find the article. Someone just told me that, and I was like, ick. Um,
That is ick. And
but
all they do is soften fabrics, reduce static cling. So I don't feel like that's a
uh,
necessary thing.
yeah, I don't think so either. But I do use dryer balls for whatever reason. I live in such
Yes.
a dry place.
Yeah.
Um, so I don't know. Um, anyway,
But I think you put in here too. They're so dryer sheets are bad
bad
for
for
the
you. Okay, so
dryers.
this is what I found out.
Yeah. Tell me more about
They
this.
contain skin irritants. If you it has skin synthetic fragrance, which we all hate, all me being me and you. Um, it adds a coating onto your fabric, which is supposed to reduce static cling, which raises concerns for longevity of your garments. And over time,
Mm.
residue accumulation on clothes may lead to decreased fabric breathability, reduced absorbency, affecting the performance of items like towels and athletic wear. This is
Interesting.
from MrAppliance.com. These people have zero interest in, like,
They're just like, don't ruin your dryer, please.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Um, some people find that avoiding dryer sheets altogether helps maintain the natural texture and absorbency of their clothing. Yes, making it an appealing choice for those who prioritize the durability and functionality of their clothes and fabrics, which I would like my clothes to last forever.
Yes.
And then this was the craziest part. Besides environmental concerns, which like obviously there are because of heat activated chemicals that are in there, which is gross. But drum and vent residue.
Hmm.
So this is where Mr. Appliance comes into play. Dryer sheets can lead to residue buildup in the interior and vents of your dryer over time, which pose risks like reduced airflow and ventilation, overheating, longer drying times, increased energy consumption, hello heating bill, improper heat transfer, and potential fire hazards.
Okay, you know those like in not infomercials, but like advertisements that you see of somebody like blowing out their vent and there's so much
Yeah.
like stuff in there.
Yeah.
Is like, do we just stop using dryer sheets and you don't have to do that?
Maybe.
It's interesting.
It's very
Why were the
possible.
like again, why were these invented? Like I feel like things
I
are invented and made popular through marketing and nobody actually knows what the hell is going on
mhm.
with this. And then
Conrad J. Geiser is credited with inventing the dryer sheet in 1969. It was originally called a tumble puff to make his life's laundry easier.
I like that name way better.
A tumble puff.
Yes, that's
Yeah, same.
adorable.
That's way better. Um, it's basically small pieces of cotton flannel with fabric softener and put them in the dryer with wet clothes, allowing the heat to warm and spread softener. So it's exactly the same. It was never less toxic than it currently is. Yeah, don't use dryer sheets, team.
I bet bro made a lot of money off of that though.
Probably. Probably. And I have two dogs who shed. Rachel has two dogs who don't shed, and we were talking about shedding dogs
Right.
earlier. I am forever jealous of your non-shedding dogs,
I
but it
know.
is what it is.
It
And
is.
again, some people use them to reduce the amount of dog hair that's in their actual clothing. And I will say I have two very much shedding dogs. And every time I take my clothes out of the dryer, like they don't have dog hair on them. My dryer, however, I I washed our new couch covers. I cannot express to you the amount of dog hair that was in our washer and dryer. Like I had to clean both
Gosh.
afterwards. It was horrendous. But that all being said, I could just clean my washer and dryer,
Yeah.
you
That
know,
yeah, that helps.
and like the lint screen or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, I
Then
do feel like you
yeah.
either get a dog like they shed or you have to groom them
Mm-hmm. 100%.
absurdly every
And I'm
six
not
weeks.
doing that.
And that like every time I groom them, I'm like, this isn't worth it. It's not worth it. But then
Yeah.
every time I like go to a friend's house and their
And we
dogs
have,
are shedding everywhere, I'm like, it's worth it. So I don't know.
yeah,
Pros and cons.
pros and cons for sure. My mom has a Bernedoodle and she takes him
Yes.
he's so cute. And his
He's
tiny, he's
so
literally
cute.
so cute. It's absurd.
So
But
cute.
she takes him every week to get groomed,
Wow.
which is like, that's a lot. And then he smells like conditioner, which I obviously hate. And a girl at the beach, we were at the beach and the girl like came up to cuddle him and she was probably like 8 and I was like, he smells like conditioner. And I was like, this is my nightmare. I can't.
Oh my gosh. That is goals one day to bring my doodles in. Like I groom them myself
Hmm.
because it is
Yeah.
an absurdly expensive thing to do. And also like every time I've gotten them cut, it's just like they just look like kind of like little rats. Like they
Oh
just aren't
no.
cut
She has a
to
really
my
good groomer.
liking.
And then like on Tuesdays, they're supposed to take him to brush club so they don't get mad at. It's like this is too much. I don't have time. I can't.
Oh my gosh.
I
They would
simply am
think I'm,
unable.
oh my gosh, that's a lot. But you know what? If
So
you have the time and you have the resources to do that, go for it.
go for
I
it.
think
Yeah.
it's great. Yeah.
Okay, stain remover is my last one. Or our last one. It's not like we
Yay.
didn't do this.
I mean,
The most common ones are Zout, Tide to Go, Shout, Kaboom, and OxyClean. Um, these have sulfuric acid, alcoholic soft. I cannot say this word today. Fragrance
ethoxylate.
and boric acid, which boric acid straight up is borax, which is so bad for us. But do you not remember making like borax gel crap as a kid? Like you make like borax and glue.
Oh,
Remember what I'm talking about?
oh, yes. Yeah,
It's
like,
really
yeah.
bad for
Oh my
us.
gosh. Okay.
Really bad.
Mm.
Um, and so the ones I use Branch Basics to get all my stains out. D the other day, we were eating tacos and they were from like a greasy taco shop and it just like spilled down his shirt, and it was one of his favorite shirts and he was very sad. And I was like, I'll try and get it out. It's an oil stain though, so like RIP shirt, honestly.
Yeah,
Like
those are
I
hard.
will do my best.
Yeah.
It worked. Branch
Really?
Basics, sprayed
Let's
all purpose,
go.
put
Branch
some
basics.
like the oxy powder on,
Yep.
didn't leave it for a long time because it will bleach your clothes after a while.
Okay.
It
So
will
watch out
change
for
your color.
that.
So I
Yeah.
just left it on for like 2, 3 minutes, rinsed it off, literally gone. Oil
Amazing.
stain, people.
Let's
Oil stain.
go. That's amazing.
I haven't
Um,
used this, but Hate Stains Company, that apparently is great.
cool.
And then Attitude and Aspen Clean, as always, they
Okay.
have good stuff. Um,
Basics.
but yeah, at the end of the day, guys, even like the Tide Free and Clear, all free and clear, which is what I grew up using, have all of these really toxic ingredients, despite the fact they don't smell like anything.
Yeah.
So even if it looks clean, branding wise, it's probably not.
Yes. Um,
Yeah.
agreed. Also, this was an emergent situation,
Mm-hmm.
but when I got married,
Mm-hmm.
my
Oh,
dad
yeah.
accidentally spilled
Mm-hmm.
a glass of red wine on my
I
white
remember that.
dress, which was very unfortunate.
Mm-hmm.
But it happened like after everything, after pictures and everything. And we were
Mm-hmm.
just like chatting at the bar, and he like reached for a glass of wine and then overcorrected and like dumped it on my dress. Which, you guys, if you know me, I actually bought my dress used and then I
Mm-hmm.
resold it to somebody.
Wow. Did you
Yeah.
really? I didn't know you
Yeah.
resold it. I knew
I
you bought it used,
did.
but
Yeah. And that was part of like I spent like dresses are expensive,
they are
which
expensive.
everybody has their budget. The dress that I bought was like normally a $4,000 dress.
Mm-hmm.
And I bought it for like
It was
$2,000.
beautiful.
It, yes, it was. I did love it. And it fit like perfect. I got so lucky.
Yeah.
Anyways, I was like, I don't really care, but I was going to resell this dress. And so we did, my mom had bought like Tide to Go
Mm-hmm.
wipes.
Mm-hmm.
And I will
They
say
work, guys. Sometimes
they
you're in a
worked.
pinch.
I like if it's your wedding day and your wedding
Use
dress,
whatever you want.
we used like 20 wipes and it all came out. Like it was insane. So that's all I have to say.
The
Like
fact that
obviously
you
do
it
the
was
best
like
you can.
good enough to resell is like that's
Yeah,
wild.
it was in perfect condition. Like you could
Wow.
not see anything
Wow.
from that. So, anyways, yes, obviously
Oh
do the
yeah.
best you can, but
Yeah.
that is just my little
I
story
think it's
about
just for
that.
like dated like at your everyday situation.
Yeah.
Like I'm not going to go through and read every single one of these bad ingredients, you guys. You can look on the EWG if you want. But trust me when I say you do not want to use traditional laundry soap
Mm-hmm.
or stain remover or fabric softener or whatever other things you've got going on. Like you just straight up don't want to do it. The ingredients are gross. They are linked to um breathing hazard, skin irritation, some respiratory effects, allergies. Some of them have cancer related to them. Obviously, there's aquatic toxicity. There is endocrine disruption. So like just like all of the things, there are honestly better options that cost almost exactly the same amount.
Mm-hmm.
There is one thing where there's a wire cutter article I will find that my friend read that she said the thing that you want to use to remove the stain is what caused it. So if you slide in dirt, like kids are at baseball practice, right? And they slide in dirt, that's a powder. So you want to use a powder to get it out, like a powder
Mm-hmm.
washing detergent.
Like stain remover or
Not even stain remover,
what?
like laundry detergent.
Mm, interesting.
Whereas if you have a I don't know, someone spilled wine on you, you want to use a liquid to get that out.
Okay. That makes
Isn't that
sense.
interesting?
Is this from the laundry book?
Mm-mm.
No.
It's a Wirecutter article,
Oh yeah, you just said that.
New
Okay.
York Times.
Hmm.
Yeah, powder. I will find it.
Okay. That
Yeah.
sounds great.
So that is very interesting.
I think moral of the story is
Mm-hmm.
that this is one of those things that is so easy to cut out.
Mm-hmm.
And the
Mm-hmm.
non-toxic options really do work
Yeah,
amazing.
absolutely they do.
Like it's not like, oh, it's just not as
Mm-hmm.
clean. It doesn't smell like obviously it smells
Mm-hmm.
fresh, but it's not going to smell like super strong like Tide. Like it's not going to smell like that.
Mm-hmm. It
But
shouldn't.
I think that this is just such an easy, like you just like you don't really have to spend more money. Just next time you
Mm-mm. Next
need
time you
it,
run
just like
out.
order it online.
Yep.
Boom.
100%. We have a lot of good options. So,
Yes.
yeah.
What is your favorite thing from today?
I just think my favorite thing is learning about dryer sheets. Like why we shouldn't use them. I did not understand them. But or
Yes.
why I use wool balls, just that I was influenced to do so.
Yes. Honestly,
So dumb.
we are influenced in so many ways that we just
Mm-hmm.
don't, and we always have been, like not just with social media.
Mm-hmm.
Like we just are.
Yeah,
That
100%.
people who are in marketing are
Geniuses.
geniuses. Geniuses.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So,
Absolutely. Convincing you need something that you don't need.
yeah, that you need it. Like you can't live
Mm-hmm.
without it. Or if you
Yeah,
get it, then you're going to feel a certain way about yourself and therefore be happier.
100%.
Yeah, geniuses.
Geniuses. Well,
Yeah. Awesome.
cool. Well, thank you so much for listening. You know where to find us if you need anything. All right. Bye.
Bye.